The 2005 election is notable in New Zealand for a few reasons. It was an extremely close election between Helen Clark and Don Brash.
There's a small matter of building a coalition government. And it is not at all clear who will be able to do that.
It was the first election that the multi-party won any parliamentary seats. And it was the first time that the ACT Party won the Epsom electorate.
Some voters perhaps appreciated that more than others because they understood what was at stake here more than others.
Oh, they certainly did understand what was at stake, and, we did a big job at explaining it.
But it was also notable for the almost terrorist attack on Auckland Sky Tower on election night. At 7 PM on election night, a small plane was stolen from Ardmore Airport in South Auckland.
Now to Judy Bailey and an update on the news for us.
Susan, hello. We have breaking news right now that's causing chaos in the skies over Auckland. A light plane has reportedly been taken unlawfully from Ardmore Airport and has flown dangerously low over central Auckland, passing close to the Sky Tower.
It was flown extremely low over Auckland CBD, with the pilot threatening to crash it into the Sky Tower, New Zealand's tallest building.
Earlier, the plane had swept low, passing the Sky Tower, as the man talked to police, making unspecified demands.
Made that the pilot was going to crash into the Sky Tower in Auckland.
The Sky Tower was evacuated, and people were even worried that the news coverage for the election coverage could be a target, as it was in the CBD, just down the road from the Sky Tower.
I went out and had a look, and as you're looking up over Mark Sainsbury's gleaming head towards the Sky Tower, I could see the wreckage, if it occurred, falling backwards onto the set live on camera. Standing by in the Wellington studios at Avalon as a backup was, I think, Peter Williams. And Peter was sitting there with a wine glass in hand watching the coverage on television. You can see the phone call come through that he may be called on to go live to air and pick up the pieces. And I've never seen, he's grey anyway and he's a lovely man, but he just went white. And you can see him go, what do I do with the glass?
This event made people worried that it could be some kind of New Zealand 9/11, the memory of 9/11 being so fresh in the minds of people in 2005. The plane crashed a few hours later on Kohimarama Beach. No one was injured. Even the pilot was pulled out of the water by locals and taken to the hospital and eventually arrested.
The single-engine aircraft plunged into the water about 50 metres off the beach shortly after 9:30. The pilot, who is now in Auckland Hospital with moderate injuries, was rescued by two men.
Water, we both just jumped out the car, straight in, swam out, made sure he was right.
So why did he do it? Was it politically motivated? Was it some crazy New Zealand first voter or something? No. Apparently it was a man who had mentally snapped after splitting with his wife. It didn't seem to be politically motivated at all. And to be fair, the plane was tiny. It wasn't going to do shit to the Sky Tower. The architect of the Sky Tower was even asked about it, and he said there was no chance of the building collapsing at all. I guess crashing it through the restaurant or something could cause a lot of damage, but no 9/11. Not that we should be hoping for a Kiwi 9/11, like this reporter seemed to do.
We all secretly hoped for our own little September 11, but this was no jihad, it was hardly anything.
What a wild thing to say on national television. Anyway, it's interesting that no one seems to talk about this event at all. You'd think it'd have some staying power in our consciousness. I've never even heard about it till recently. I guess the ACT Party winning Epsom was more catastrophic for New Zealand anyway.
For returning me again, and I look forward to working for you from Monday morning. 27 Gillies Ave is my office, 522-7464 MP Epsom at parliament.govt.nz.
It's been an extraordinary night, not 1.1% in it, a plane crash to boot. We'll leave you with some of the highlights of what has been an amazing Decision 05 from the entire team around the country and here at the Television Centre. Good night.